What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to go ahead and take a look at part 2 of the Chevrolet 2019 Traverse. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the interior today, and we're going to go ahead and see some of the quirks and features that this vehicle has today on Chevy Nerd. If it's your first time watching the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Help me out, help you with the latest and greatest on GM products with Chevrolet and Buick. And in the future, we're going to be talking about some exclusive vehicles, pre-owned vehicles, sports cars, and much more. Stay tuned for today's episode of the Chevy Nerd. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 2020 of the Chevrolet Traverse. Right over here, we're going to see this is the RS package that we talked about last time on our last video, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inside. Part of the exclusivity of the RS package is the black appointed interior. I'm going to go ahead and step in here and turn this music off. One sec. All right. So with the RS package, a couple of things that we're going to have that leather appointed interior inside with the black leather, as well as you're going to see a little bit of an upgrade into the stitching here. You're going to have more of that two-tone stitching, a little bit lighter stitching around the sides to kind of make a couple of accents onto the leather itself. Then you're going to have your nice upholstery here with leather, easier to clean up, especially if you have kiddos. And this is specifically designed for, you know, families just to travel around, have enough space and stuff like that. So you're going to have right towards the front, you're going to have a bucket seat, more like you're going to have a full-size console on there. There's some vehicles that sometimes have that bench seat, but unfortunately when it comes to Traverse, we only offer them in consoles. But we're going to take a look at a couple of the features and things that this vehicle has here. So as we step inside, we're going to go ahead and see. Let's see here, we're going to have our infotainment system right over here. Click OK there. And we're going to have our, let me scoot back a little bit here. There we are. This is pretty much going to be our layout right over here. We have the nice appointed leather towards the door as well. And in this particular package, we're also going to have the premium audio sound system through Bose. So that's going to be a really cool feature. I personally love the Bose. We did a video on one of the Silverados and we kind of tested it out. It doesn't do much justice hearing it over YouTube, but definitely want to be in one of these cars and try it out yourself. On this particular ride, the whole center dash here, it's clean, it's nice, it's luxurious, it has that nice shine to it right towards the surroundings of it, kind of giving it that premium feel to it as well. But the other thing too that kind of I pay attention to is the simplicity of it. Back in the day, it used to be that there'd be so many buttons right onto the front dash that it could be a little confusing. If we take a look at the system right over here, you're going to notice that things are pretty darn simple. So right over here, we're going to take a look at the climate controls, and this is going to have those dual climate control zones. As it is summer, we still have all the temperatures and all the cars on low. So very easy to navigate through. You have your heated seats on there, as well as your vent controls. So you'll have everything right on there too. Okay, super simple, super easy. Now, right towards the top right over here, within the Chevrolet Traverse, they have a really cool feature called Valet Mode. It allows you to use the screen as a locking compartment to save or store a couple of your private things there. So you just click right over here, and you're going to have a little storage compartment right in here. What's neat about it is once you set it up through Valet Mode, you can actually lock your belongings inside, and nobody can access them unless you have the passcode, which is kind of a neat feature there. Okay. Makes you almost feel like you're back in a James Bond movie. Well, now on this particular ride, we're going to have the Chevrolet MyLink system. It's going to be the new upgraded system that we'll talk about soon. So the Chevrolet MyLink system is going to have a couple of really cool settings when it comes to adding additional applications, going through the OnStar service, the aspect for climate. You can control your climate instead of just doing it down here. You could also do it on the screen, just in case you want to do it there. Whenever you get lost, just hit the home button. It always kind of takes you back home. You also have control over your rear climate right on there too. So that's important when it comes to this SUV, and I wanted to talk about that, is that you want to be able to have access to your rear climate right on there. So just in case you have younger kiddos in the back and you want to lock them out of, you know, them messing around with the settings there, you can go ahead and do that. And simply by clicking onto the lock right over here, you can go ahead and lock the system in the back so the kiddos don't mess with it. Okay, but going back, this is going to have also the access to your camera. You can access your camera right over here. And as you'll notice, this one's going to have more of that surround vision camera, so it kind of gives you that top-down view. There's many other modes within the camera. This is the backup. This is the front view. Right over here, you kind of give you a little fisheye look to the back. Right back here, you also have your tow hitch guidance, so it's easy to go ahead and connect onto your hitch right on there. And this one's kind of trippy. This one's going to give you kind of a surround vision of everywhere around you. This is kind of a neat one. It kind of helps you maybe park, making sure that you stay within your lanes, that kind of stuff, as well as the rear portion there. You can kind of tell it's kind of trippy there. On here on the side, so just in case you're getting close to wherever you're at, maybe you want to make sure that you're not too close to the curb or anything like that before you back out. This is a good way to go ahead and tell, so it gives you that. And then lastly, right over here, you're going to have that hitch alignment. It just literally aims the camera straight down. Typically your ball hitch will be right over here, and you'll have that nice easy connection on there, which is pretty cool. Furthermore, you also have, depending on what you are looking for, trailer guidance lines. So let me show you that. So we'll go back onto backup camera, and then we'll click here. You'll see these lines pop up, and then for your trailer hitch, you see that line in the middle pop up there. Okay, and then it gives you a full view there. All right. So that kind of covers a couple of the cool things that this vehicle has with the surround vision cameras. Equipped with that specific feature, you also get an additional feature. Now this one's super cool. This one here we've covered on the Chevrolet Bolt video right on there, but this is going to come packaged with the technology feature, which also packages the camera system right over here. So let's take a look at this guy here. The camera system on there, super neat. As soon as you are, let's get that focused in there. As soon as you want to go ahead and let's say that the whole back of your car is full and there's no way to see that rear mirror. So the cool thing about this here is you can flick that on and it actually displays a digital image of the back. So it's an additional camera, which is pretty nifty. You can definitely see the use once you're driving. Right now you may not think of it as much, but as soon as you hit the road, it gives you almost a total of a 3-lane view. So if you're traveling quite a bit, heading over to Denver or anything like that on some of those three-lane highways, it definitely gives you a huge advantage there. Okay, going on to the RS package, going back into talking about that, you're going to experience right onto your wheel that black bow tie right on here. It kind of goes throughout the vehicle, so if you have the black bow tie outside with the RS package, you'll have the black bow tie in the steering wheel there. On this one here, you have a couple of extra packages such as your front collision detection, heated steering wheel. Now the other cool things is I've seen a lot of vehicles recently, they do not have the leather wrapped steering wheel, and I don't know what it is about that, but I love the way it feels. It's great to grip in the hand, and most other manufacturers are just not adding that on their cars. It's kind of a neat thing that I personally like about the Chevrolet vehicles on there. Right on there, we're going to go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to change this guy here. This is going to be our little home area. It kind of tells us our gas mileage, how much mileage is left. Toward the right hand side, you're going to see your speedometer with your physical versus your digital in the middle. Your fuel economy options can be taken a look at through this digital display panel, as well as much more information that you can take a look at there. Tire pressures, air filter, average, many other things on there. Right towards the left, obviously your RPM. Now if you pay attention right over here, this is going to have the new kind of government mandated technology called the auto start stop. It's for emission purposes. Basically, as soon as the temperature of the engine, the temperature of the cabin are stable and you come to a complete stop, the engine shuts off for a total of 2 minutes. That's a total of 2 minutes, then it reignites. Don't be afraid. What I mean by that is that it resets in 2 minutes. But as soon as you lift your foot off from the brake, it automatically restarts and you apply gas to go ahead and move forward. That's called the auto start stop. But if you have any more questions on that, please leave a comment below. Ask and we'll definitely cover that. So that kind of covers the front area. You'll see on this particular one a total of 2 USB spots right up front with an SD card slot right in there. You'll see that right on there. Boom. So 2 USBs, auxiliary, and then SD card slot, 12 volt there. And then right over here, you're going to notice that little shifter there. This shifter allows you to go into a 2-wheel drive. Once you click onto the right, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive system, hill descent, and then tow haul mode. Now, be careful, guys. If you're shopping for a Traverse and you do not see this little image here, that means it does not have a towing package. And the towing package on a Traverse does differ up to, I believe it was 5,000 pounds. With the difference is going to be a 3,000 pound towing difference. So if your goal is to tow with this at any point, you want to make sure you have that towing package, because what it's going to have is it's going to have the engine cooling system as well as the transmission system right on there. Okay, so right over here, a couple of additional features that this one has there. You're going to have lane keep assist, really cool feature on there. Basically what it does is it keeps you within your lines. If you have your turn signal, then it goes off, but if you are veering off to the left or to the right without a turn signal, then it will try to correct you and pull you back into your lane. Now if you hold the steering wheel hard enough, which is really not too hard, I'm exaggerating on what I'm saying, essentially it'll let you still go over, but it's one of those nice things. So just in case you're distracted, you slightly leave the wheel just a little bit, just to either, you know, acknowledge your kiddos in the back or anything like that. It'll give you a slight tug on the steering wheel, and the tug literally looks like this. Pretty simple. So if you hold it and have a little bit of resistance, you'll still be able to go. Okay, now that kind of covers the things right towards the front. Oh, one thing I missed. Right over here, you're going to have a little bit of storage capability right on there. As you'll see, you'll have quite a bit back there. So it's a nice full console there. Keep an eye out. You'll see the same leather and stitching right on here. That pretty much covers this front area. And if you are parking inside of your garage, you have the MyLink system, or what we call the HomeLink system, that you can register your garage doors right over there. Okay, let's take a look at the back. Right towards the back, this is probably one of my favorite spots. Now, do notice that I did back up that entire seat to do this video, so I'm going to go ahead and put it a little bit more forward. Let me set it up the way I would sit. So let's see, right about, looks about good. I'd like to sit a little higher. All right, right about there. Somebody that's about 6 foot tall like myself, I'd be able to sit there comfortably. Right towards the back, you'll see that relieves quite a bit of space right on there. So right over here, you'll have the adjustable back seat. So if you see right down here, you're going to see those railings at the bottom. Hopefully you can see those there. But this allows you to adjust the seat, and this is what makes this car much more versatile than some of the other SUVs out there, because a lot of these middle seats are stationary, so you can't switch them or move them. So right over here, what we're going to do is I'm going to gently back this up here, and now as soon as I've backed that up, you'll see how much more space is cleared up. Now, in comparison to last year's model, or I apologize, 2017, the difference between the seating is huge. Okay, what happened on the last model is they actually had this seat a lot lower, which basically put you in a position where you're sitting in the back and your knees were literally popping right up. It really affects lower back problems, basically puts a lot more pressure onto your back, but this levels you off perfectly for your legs to be even towards the ground. Towards the back here, this RS model has the liner mats in the back, which are awesome. Good way to keep a lot of this back seat clean. So does really good job, especially with the kiddos. What I like about these ones here is that unlike the WeatherTech mats, this can actually go ahead and separate right over there through those little pieces there. Now, as we'll see, this one has the bucket seats right over here, so it has the captain's chairs in the back. That other seat is also adjustable, and there's actually a neat feature on that other seat that we'll cover here soon. Right towards the back, you're going to see the back seat there. The back seat there is definitely going to have more than enough space. What I like about this design, though, especially being able to move the seats, is that you can definitely have somebody like myself back here that's about 6 foot tall and be comfortable. Why? Because you have the adjustment of the seat back here. Unlike things like the Chevrolet Tahoe and Suburban, where you have no adjustment and you only have the room you have, that really limits you. Now, let's take a look towards the back here. So we're going to take a look towards the back end of the vehicle. We're going to open this up. So this is going to have automatic rear lift gate, which if you watched my lift gate video, you'll know exactly how to use that. Take a look at that video. Right towards the back, this one's going to have a couple of extra things of equipment, such as this mat here, which is velcroed onto the back of the vehicle there. But it allows you, just in case you have pets or anything like that, kind of have the pets right towards the back, or if there's anything messy, it stays clean versus the carpeting underneath. Now, underneath there is additional storage, which is something I love. This underneath storage is actually pretty deep. So you'll see a little bit of depth on there, and underneath that you'll have your spare wheel. So you just unscrew those little screw things there on 4 sides, and you'll see that there. So just in case you want to go ahead and lower these things down, very simple, pull and push. So I have the camera in my hand, so give me a sec. Oh, there it goes. So you can go ahead and lower the seats there. You'll have that 60-40 split, and then it goes down. And you'll notice that one didn't go down because the seats pulled all the way back. So let's take a look at it real quick. Let me pull that seat forward. And now that it's forward, you're going to see that nice cargo area is perfect. So especially if you're just a family of 4, sometimes that third row is, sometimes an afterthought, which is okay because look at how much room you have. Plenty of cargo right on there. And if you don't need the third row, most families just keep this down. Now, if you do have a larger family, which does require a little bit more room, you're going to notice that there's going to be a total of 2 USB chargers on the right hand side and left hand side. You're going to see that there, and as well as you're going to see that right over here. Equipped with cup holders on both sides so the kiddos can have their drinks there. Now, if we look towards the rear, you're also going to see that center console right in the middle, right towards the front where the bucket seats are. That guy there is going to have 2 USB ports, as well as a home plug-in for any accessories and games, toys that the kiddos might have at home. Now let's take a look at the last feature of this vehicle that I find pretty fascinating, which is going to be the seat on the right hand side. On the passenger side, this seat actually adjusts a little bit different. So it has all the same adjustments as the other seat, except this one also has this little handle here. This guy here is awesome. So just in case you have maybe a booster seat or a car seat that's still tied down to the clamps here, instead of removing the seat to allow a passenger to come in or that kind of stuff, simple, just click here, pull forward, the seat moves with it, bends down, and as you can see, that seat would still be attached there, and then you have that nice point of entry towards the back seat here. Super simple. So for example, for me, if I needed to get in there, I can just climb in and be just fine. So that kind of walks through the Chevrolet Traverse for the interior aspect of the vehicle. The back, as you can see, the 60-40 split still accommodates me being back here, so if you need a total of 5 people, you know, you can always take advantage of how everything's designed here. But I hope you were able to enjoy this video here, kind of showing you around the inside of the Chevrolet Traverse. Now there's much more bells and whistles on each and every one of these, things that I may not have covered, like blind zone detections, rear cross traffic alert, front collision braking. But for any of those, leave a question at the bottom if you're curious about any of how those features work, if I can talk correctly, and I'll be here to answer those questions for you. At this point, guys, if you have been watching this video for this long, you obviously like the videos. Please leave me a like, share, subscribe, leave your comments at the bottom. Anything I could do to help out, we're here to answer your questions. And I'm the Chevy Nerd here at Ed Bozard Chevrolet in Buick, here in our hometown of Grand Junction, Colorado. Come see us at any time. Ask for the Chevy Nerd. I've had several customers come in now asking for the nerd himself, and I have to tell you, that makes my day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.